Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew Santalski. I'm giving you my UFC 275 Teixeira versus Prochazka predictions. This event will take place in 12 days. I'm just getting out this early prediction video for you guys. Seems like I get more views, and I also get my opinion out there earlier for other predictors, for other bettors. And like I said, the great thing about this is we all have a different opinion, and if we have a different opinion, we can go to the betting window and better our opinions, man, and we're gonna see how everybody fares, man. So like I said, my betting style is different than others and whatnot, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. But all right, let's go into it, guys, man. Let's get into the first fight of the night, man. Jake Matthews against Fiallo. Hard to imagine this being the first prelim fight of the night, man. Jake Matthews, man, long-time staple at 155, man. He's fought at 170. His last few fights, man, beat Meek, beat Diego Sanchez, Rostam Akhman, lost to Anthony Rocco Martin, who's no longer in the UFC, which is kind of a shame, man. I thought Rocco Martin was kind of a good fighter, but he didn't renew his UFC contract when offered, and he's had some legal issues going on, and lost to Sean Brady his last time out. No shame in that, man. We know how good Sean Brady is. It's been over a year since we've seen Jake Matthews, 27 years old, still very young, man. I remember when this guy made his debut in 2014. Jesus, man. Feels like forever since Jake Matthews has been in the UFC. He's only 27 years old. Crazy, man. He's fought a lot of guys. He's going up against a guy that's on a complete surge, man. Andre Fiallo, 2 straight wins. He's fought 3 times in the UFC since January. He fought hard against Michel Pereira, came up short, took that fight on short notice, beat Miguel Baeza, beat Cameron Van Camp. This guy, he's becoming a favorite of the UFC upper management because this guy's just taking short notice fights. He wants to fight all the time. And I'm going to side with him here against Jake Matthews. I'm not saying Jake Matthews can't get it done, but I'm going to side with Andre Fiallo here, man. Just thinking his striking is a little too crisp for Matthews to handle, but won't surprise me too if Matthews can pull this out. Odds are Fiallo minus 150. So yeah, the betting public and whatnot, they're kind of hesitant to lay that juice on Fiallo, and I get it. I'm going to side with Fiallo here, but I mean, Jake Matthews is pretty serviceable, man. So it's not out of the realm that he picks up a decision win here. Kai Hong Kang against Dana Batgerel, and Kai Hong Kang. Okay, he's coming off a loss to Ronnie Yaya. We know how good Yaya is, man. This guy's tough to beat. I don't know why people are so low on Dana Batgerel, man. He's taking this fight on relatively shortly after he just got starched by Chris Gutierrez, man, in a fight that I was on Batgerel in, but man, Chris Gutierrez really showed out in that fight. But man, I'm gonna side with Batgerel here, man. I mean, these are two Asian fighters here. Odds are Batgerel minus 150. This is kind of where he was sitting with the Gutierrez fight, man, and money just kind of kept steaming in against him. I'm going to side with Batgerel here, but maybe Kai Hong Kang really finally exposes Batgerel for just being a, stand-up, fighter. But I'm going to side with Batgerel here, man. I'm going to say he catches the Korean superstar and knocks him out. Sung Woo Choi against Joshua Kulabal. Man, I'm really high on Choi, man. I like this guy's fighting style, man. It's really kind of shocking to see how he melted down against Alex Caceres, man. He had Caceres pretty much knocked out in that first round, only to succumb to Caceres in the second round. Kind of shocking, but man, this guy's a force to be reckoned with, man. He absolutely destroyed Julian Erosa, beat Yusuf Zalal. I mean, this guy's really put it together here, man. And I like his fighting style. Joshua Kulabal, he's had some tough fights in the UFC, man. I mean, he was matched up against Jalen Turner in his UFC debut a while back, but and he beat Shailan Nurikambiki in his last outing, but that was over a year ago. I'm going to side with Sung Woo Choi here, man. I'm going to say he gets some Kulabal out of here. Heisar Masatati against Steve Garcia. Okay, this Chinese fighter, he's got a lot of wins here. You know, he was on the Contender Series. Can't say I really recall the guy. He's going against Steven Garcia here, man. Steve Garcia, I think he fought against Luis Pena in one of his fights. Yeah, he did. He came out real strong, but beat Charlie Ontiveros, which is good at lightweight. I'm gonna side with Garcia here. Just more experience, man. Better competition. I'm gonna say Garcia gets the job done. Jocelyne Edwards against Ramona Pascual. Kind of surprised to see Edwards still fighting at 135 here. It kind of seems like that's, you know, she's better for the lighter weight classes. Good stand-up fighter. She's fought some tough outs here. Hasn't fought since October. Going up against Ramona Pasquale, who she had a tough fight in her UFC debut, man. I think she fought Jocelyne Nunes. We know how good Nunes has looked. I'm going to start with Pasquale here, man. I just think there's a little more upside here for Pasquale. I think she's naturally the bigger girl. So I'm going to side with Pasquale here. Brendan Allen against Jacob Malkoun. Brendan Allen is coming off a nice win over Sam Alvey. We know Alvey. But Alvey kind of had him hurdle, I think, in the first round. And then finally, Brendan Allen used his grappling advantage. Lost to Chris Curtis. We know how dangerous Chris Curtis is. And he's going up against a guy in Jacob Malkoun. Trains with Robert Whitaker. Nice win over AJ Dobson. Al Hassan. I think I'm going to side with Allen here, man. I was originally leaning Malkoun, but I just think the American is a little more well-rounded. Silvana Juarez against Na Liang. Na Liang coming off one loss over a year ago to Ariana Carnelesi. So it's been a while. She's got a lot of finishes on her record, but against probably subpar competition. Silvana Gomez Juarez, man, she's given up 2 straight wins here, man. She had Godinez kind of hurt and Demopoulos really hurt. Only to succumb to finishes here. I'm gonna side with Juarez here, man. I think she is good. I just think her fight IQ needs some work. Jack Della Maddalena against Ramazan Ameev. I worry about this being a trap fight, but I was kind of surprised when the odds were where they were. Kind of opened with a pick-em with a slight lean towards Ameev. And it's kind of flipped the other way now to Maddalena. And that's kind of how I was thinking. And that fight really stood out to me when the odds opened. Jack Maddalena, you can see the UFC trying to get this guy some hype. Young superstar here, 25 years old, from Australia. Coming off a nice knockout win over Pete Rodriguez. Nice upset win over Ange Lusa on the Contender Series. So this guy's got some hype behind him. Ramazan Ameev, he's a decision-type fighter. Coming off a split decision loss to Danny Roberts. You know, just not an exciting guy. A guy that UFC doesn't really care about. So I'm going to side with Jack Maddalena here. Don't know if he gets the first round knockout. Hopefully he's got 3-round cardio to deal with Ameev. But I'm going to side with Maddalena here. Not going to be a bet. But my pick will be Jack Della Maddalena. Rogerio Bontorin against Manel Kape. Kind of surprised to see Kape on this card. But, I mean, I thought he was kind of under a steroid suspension. But maybe that's, you know, under the water now. Or that was just elevated levels or whatever. Don't really know, but he's coming off 2 knockout wins here, man, over Ode Osborne and Zhalgas Zhumagulov. It's going to go Rogerio Bontorin, who's also had a hard time making the flyweight limit for men. And he's coming off 1 loss against Brandon Royval. Split decision. Went over Matt Schnell prior to that. I think that was at bantamweight. Yeah. And he missed a weight class for that. So maybe, you know, this should be, I mean, these are 2-game fighters here. I'm going to side with Kape here, but, I mean, I would never lay my money. Let's see what Kape is, minus 230. I would never lay that type of chalk because you can't trust Kape. I mean, Bontorin just might be the more active guy over 3 rounds if Kape doesn't get him out of there. Weili Zhang against Joanna Jedrzejczyk. I think I'm going to switch my pick to Jedrzejczyk here, man, just based off the odds. Plus 145, 3-round fight. Zhang minus 165. Wiley Zhang coming off 2 straight losses to Rose Namajunas. The funny thing is, she was a bigger favorite when she beat Jedrzejczyk the first time. So why is she lesser? It's kind of puzzling to me. I'm going to side with Jedrzejczyk here. She hasn't been active in over 2 years, but I'm going to side with her here. Maybe she wants it. I would love to see Joanna against Sparza too. That would be interesting. So I'm going to side with Jedrzejczyk here. Valentina against Tyler Santos. I don't think Tyler Santos is going to be the one to end the reign for Shevchenko. But do we ever really know when the reign ends for these dominant champs, man? Because she's either going to retire as the champ or lose the belt at some point. That's just the way it goes. And Valentina, man, she's definitely a UFC Hall of Famer. I would love to see her contend for the bantamweight title again. I feel like she deserves that. And to see what this woman's done in her UFC tenure is absolutely amazing, man. Like I said, I'll never forget when she headlined the home card on UFC Fox 6 years ago. Seems like yesterday, man. Unbelievable. How time flies. Valentina, she's a minus 550 on 5 dimes against Tyler Santos. But she's much higher elsewhere. I'm going to side with Shevchenko here, man. She's fighting in Asia, where she's done a lot of her training at. I will side with Valentina Shevchenko here by decision. Glover Teixeira against Yuri. Odds are very surprising, man. The amount of disrespect that Glover gets never surprises me. This guy is the underdog, dark horse that just keeps cashing underdog tickets, man. Very happy that Glover finally got a shine. Happy that Glover claimed the light heavyweight title from Jan. Even though I like Jan Blachowicz himself. Glover Teixeira, man, this guy's been in the game a long time, and I got so much respect for this guy. He's been counted out for so long. The UFC's definitely would love to see Yuri take the title off Glover's hands here and from the ride into the sunset. Like I said, Yuri, Czech superstar here, man. He's only fought twice in the UFC though, man. Like that's kind of alarming to me. Just fought 2 guys. I mean, he fights once a year, man. It's his 3rd fight in the UFC. Dominic Reyes had this guy hurt, man. Dominic Reyes, when I watched that fight, Dominic Reyes had that guy knocked out a couple times, I recall. I think an up kick knocked out Yuri only for Yuri to wake back up. And that was just a fight, man, that Dominic Reyes kind of just, he got out-Reyesed by Yuri. You know, he got caught by that spinning shit. But I mean, I really felt like that fight was kind of turning in favor for Dominic Reyes, man. So, I don't know, Dominic Reyes, I felt kind of, you know, kind of let the cat out of the bag as far as kind of exposing kind of Yuri's weaknesses, man. And I think one of Yuri's weaknesses is his cardio. This guy goes really hard. I know he's been training at Fight Ready or done some training with Fight Ready. He's 29. He's much younger than Glover. 80-inch reach advantage, 6'3". So huge reach advantage I'm sure he's going to have over Glover. But I think his cardio is suspect. I think his ground game is suspect. I think he's kind of slower, in my opinion. Definitely hits very hard. I'm going to look at Glover here, man. I think he's 43 years old. 42. This guy's an old warhorse, man. 6'2", 76-inch reach. One of the baddest ground games in the history of the UFC. This guy's ground game is nasty. Nasty. You know what I'm saying? I've picked Glover 4 straight times here, man. You know, there was a point in his UFC career where I was discounting Glover. And that was kind of around here, man. That was kind of after the loss to Corey Anderson. I was kind of discounting Glover. But then this guy, I was on this guy against Anthony Smith, Thiago. I mean, I was on this guy, man, all these fights. Not counting this guy out again, man. I know he's talking about retirement and stuff like that, but I think he has the tools to really expose Yuri here, man. I could see him getting a 2nd round, 3rd round submission here. Just once he takes it to the ground, man, I don't think Yuri's going to have what it takes to compete with Glover, man. Glover's got to watch out and not get caught with anything in the 1st round. Odds are very disrespectful to Glover, man. Minus 210 on Yuri +1. I mean, I'm gonna let the money continue steaming in on Yuri before I bet Glover. Definitely gonna have a bet on Glover here, man. I think Glover's being very disrespected. If he loses, also be it. The value's all on Glover, man. There's no value on Yuri here. If Yuri wins, congratulations, you're the new light heavyweight champ. I look forward to fading you your next time out, because I'm sure you'll be a sizable favorite over somebody. And Glover, I just think, is just being disrespected, man. And I'm gonna continue to ride that Glover train until proven otherwise. I don't think Glover's over the hill yet, but man, he cannot get caught with one of these big bombs from Yuri. Yuri might TKO him in the first, but I think this fight goes outside of the first round. I think this just continues to play more and more for Glover, man. And we've seen what Glover does to guys. Glover just absolutely mauls them, man. Glover is nasty. And I like Glover Teixeira here. I will have a bet on this guy. I will probably place my bet on fight day shortly before the start of the fight, because I think the odds will probably be the juiciest. But there might be a lot of guys like me that think Glover is a healthy underdog in this fight, worthy of betting. So we will find out, guys. These are my picks. I will run down my picks one more time. Glover Teixeira, Shevchenko, Jedrzejczyk, Kape, Maddalena, Gomez, Brendan Ellen, Ramona Pascual, Steve Garcia, Sungwon Choi, Dana Batgerel, and Andre Fiallo. Those are my picks, guys. Like I said, I could see myself switching some picks here, but I'm gonna keep them the way they are, the way I did in the video. Thanks for joining me, guys. Stay tuned. Bye.